Didn't I tell you guys that I was right? Didn't I tell you guys that I was right? Hate to say I told you so, but actually I love to say I told you so. Diddy has been exposed with shocking phone calls. I did tell you that the prosecution were going to have a response to Diddy's brand new bail. On the 15th of November is their response, and on the 22nd is the decision date of whether this bail package is going to be admitted for the third or fourth time at this point. But didn't I tell you? Hate to say I told you so. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. So lawyers have responded, the prosecution have responded, and they have found some very intriguing information in regards to Diddy, and I'm going to read out everything to you right now. Wow. Didn't I tell you guys? Didn't I tell you guys? Sean Diddy Combs has tried to reach out to prospective witnesses and influence public opinion from jail in a bid to affect potential jurors for his upcoming trial. Prosecutors have claimed in a court filing urging a judge to reject his latest bail request. The government accusations were made in a Manhattan federal court filing late Friday that opposes the music mogul's latest $50 million bail proposal. A bail hearing is scheduled for next week. Prosecutors wrote that a review of recorded jail calls made by P. Diddy shows that he had asked family members to reach out to potential victims and witnesses and have urged them to create a narrative to influence the jury pool. They say he has also encouraged several marketing strategies to sway public opinion. The defendant has shown repeatedly, even whilst in custody, that he will flagrantly and repeatedly flout rules in order to improperly impact the outcome of his case, prosecution have stated. The defendant has shown, in other words, that he cannot be trusted to abide by rules or conditions, prosecutors wrote in a submission that contained redaction. Prosecutors wrote that it could be inferred from his behavior that Combs wants to blackmail victims and witnesses into silence or into providing testimony helpful to his defense. Lawyers for Combs have not responded to requests for comments when they normally do. Prosecutors said Combs began breaking rules almost as soon as he was detained at the MDC in Brooklyn. He has pleaded not guilty for all of the charges for years with the aid of a network of associates and employees, whilst silencing victims through blackmail and violence, including kidnapping, arson, and physical beatings. Two judges have concluded that he is a danger to the community and a risk to flee. His lawyers recently made a third request for bail after the rejection of two previous attempts, including a $15 million bail proposal. In the request, they cited changed circumstances, new evidence, which they say it made it sensible to release Combs and basically changed good behavior. But prosecutors said defense lawyers created their latest bail proposal using new evidence prosecutors turned over to them, and the new material was already known to defense lawyers, when they made previous bail applications. In their submission to a judge, prosecutors said Combs' behavior in a jail shows that he must remain locked up, period. For instance, they said Combs has enlisted family members to plan and carry out a social media campaign around his birthday with the intention of influencing the potential jury in his criminal proceedings. He encouraged his children to post a video to their social media accounts showing them gathered to celebrate his birthday, they said. Afterwards, he monitored the analytics, including audience engagement from the jail, and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure that the video had a desired effect on potential jury members in this case. Wow. Told you guys. The government also alleged Combs during other calls made clear his intention to anonymously publish information that he thought would help his defense against the charges. The defendant's efforts to obstruct the integrity of this proceeding also includes relentless efforts to contact potential witnesses, including victims of his abuse, who could provide powerful testimonies against him, prosecutors have written. Wow. Hate to say I told you so. That's why it's always going to be F them kids, do you understand? Especially them elder sons. That's who I'm applying this to. F them all, do you understand? Because I knew what they were doing. And this is why I was on their cases. This is why they put up that statement in regards to Kim Porter when they weren't even there and how he didn't kill Kim Porter. This is why they put up that birthday video. This is why they put up that statement again. This is why they try to jump Ray J so many times. And this is why Ray J is probably crashing out, because he was pressured by them. The fact that it's been proven, prosecutors have responded saying they have come with a beautiful, the prosecution have come with a beautiful response. Beautiful. This response is a work of art. Do you understand? And this is why I love when following trials, because you can see how people can bounce back each other. The fact that they were sitting on this juggernaut is crazy. First and foremost, Diddy claiming, his lawyers claiming they have new evidence. The new evidence that you have, beloved, is the evidence that was turned over, that everybody is aware of. So what new evidence do you have that everybody is already aware of? And if they are aware of, they're already prepped for it. I would really like to know, first and foremost, because that doesn't make any sense. Second and foremost, jail calls, it's been revealed, have exposed him that he's having these conversations with his family, with his children, to say this is the strategy, this is what you need to do, and instructing his children, his 3 eldest sons, to intimidate witnesses on the outside, influence the jury as well, and come out with these videos. This is what I said to some of you guys, even in my last video from yesterday. The fact that I said this to you guys in the early hours of the morning in my last video was crazy. That video with Diddy and his children and his young baby all singing happy birthday, that PR worked on some of you guys. Some of you guys actually believe that PR. Even Kim's and Diddy's 2 daughters putting up a post for Kim is like, I'm so sorry, I don't have the empathy for that, because they're utilizing their empathy, weaponizing their empathy, and they're using it in a very pinnacle moment of time where right now we need to focus on the alleged victims and for them getting therefore levels of justice. Therefore, not only the 3 eldest sons, but also Kim Porter and Diddy's 2 daughters are acting in a obstruction of justice, and an obstruction of justice and the victims getting justice, that is a priority more so than me having empathy for children missing their mother, because they know what they're doing. They're putting up these posts in this moment right now whilst Diddy is in jail, and this could influence the jury, and it could really attempt to F a lot of the stuff up, because Diddy doesn't want to influence the jury, right? That's what he was saying when the lawyers came out, that they wanted to put a gag order on everybody speaking out because they didn't want to influence the jury. But why is it okay for him? Why is it okay for Diddy and his children to influence the jury to sway their way, but they also don't want a gag order? You can't have your cake and then eat everybody else's as well. It doesn't make any sense. Surely if you want a gag order, you don't want your children to be saying anything as well. You don't want them to be supporting you in public as well. The prosecution have come out with some damning statements, and I'm so glad that they have made this filing. It is truly shocking beyond belief, and it makes me really cement and glad that I was thinking the right way. So for all of you lot who are watching my videos for the past 3 weeks, critiquing his children, pissed off with them, dragging them, best believe you're following one of the right people discussing this stuff, because the prosecution have come out to basically say that through exposed phone calls, he has been telling his children to intimidate witnesses, come out with these videos, looking at analytics of the engagement of the Instagram post whilst you're behind bars to make sure it's going your way, as if any of this is even going to sway you when you're indicted facing 3-4 criminal charges and there's a video of you beating up Cassie. And you really think that looking at analytics engagements of an Instagram post where you're strategizing with your children to do birthday nonsense is really going to be helping you? It's really delusion. It's delusion. This is why his children are pissing me off, all of them, putting up everything, especially in regards to Kim Porter yesterday. They knew what they were doing. I'm so sorry. They knew what they were doing. All of them, they're weaponizing their love for their mother in this moment of time to get their father out, and it's an acting of an obstruction of justice. I'm so sorry. A lot of you guys should be able to separate your empathy and find out where your empathy goes more. It goes more to the alleged victims, to Cassie. It doesn't go towards the children who missed their mother, because your mother allegedly was killed by Diddy anyways. That's where you need to start this conversation, but instead you want to put up that statement. We could already tell when they put up that statement saying that Diddy had nothing to do with Kim Porter, etc. That smelled of Diddy from a mile away. Do you understand? All of these statements. Diddy's children are his only weapons left. He's got nobody else outside of his network. There's nothing else. The celebrities have abandoned him. He's stuck in jail. Bail denied continuously. He can't do anything. His children and his mother are the only ones left, which is why they are the ones giving statements. And the fact that Diddy has instructed his children to intimidate witnesses has really pissed me off. These alleged victims, they can't run from Diddy even whilst he's behind bars, because his dumb children are doing the bidding work, which is why, as I said to you guys, he tried to jump Ray J. They all tried to jump Ray J 3-4 times, and how you jump somebody 3-4 times but they weren't really jumped, I guess we'll never know. I told you guys we'll find out in maths class, but we couldn't even figure it out in maths class, so we'll figure out in science class tonight, because I don't understand. This is why it's F them children. I'm glad that the prosecution came with this filing. This is what I said to you guys in my video, the one before the one I just put up yesterday, that there's going to be a court update. The prosecution are going to come out with their side as to why he shouldn't get bail. It's a very important video, very important court filing, and we need to wait for it, because I'm thinking, what are the prosecution going to say outside of him intimidating witnesses? Well, lo and behold, since he's been detained at MDC, he's still intimidating witnesses. So for those who are saying that he's changed in prison, or, you know, I feel for his children, he's still doing the negative bidding work, and he's doing it through phone calls to his children, unbeknownst to him, or beknownst to him, that the phone calls you have with your children are probably going to be recorded and used for prosecution because you're at the MDC. So his games that he's playing are dumb. His lawyers also clearly don't know what's going on, because the evidence that they claim that they have is already evidence that everybody has. So you're outnumbered. So his lawyers, this prosecution filing also exposes that as well. So it's a damning filing, and I really wanted to break it down and get into it and really drag them. It really helps me to feel validated in what I've been saying, that these children are disgusting in the way that they are acting. Supporting your father is not the issue, bro. Support your father in private. But once you choose to support your father in public in these kind of ways, and you're intimidating witnesses and coming with marketing strategies and doing these dumb birthday videos, all of you are putting yourself in a position where you are obstructing justice and allowing these alleged victims to not get their form of compensation which they deserve. And so therefore, as children, I don't give a damn about you, and you can put up these posts, you miss your mother, etc. We know what you guys are doing. None of these children have ever spoken up this much about their mother or anything else publicly since Diddy's been in jail. That video with the birthday cake, they all listened to their father. They didn't listen to the fact that he was beating up Cassie, or the fact that he was being accused of multiple minors and financial corruption and so much forms of abuse. They don't care about any of that. They put that to the side and they prioritize their father publicly. It's dangerous. You can't make moves like this. So this is why when Quincy wants to come out and say, oh, my dad was a deadbeat father, okay, but you don't have the moral compass anymore, bro. You can't drag your dad anymore for not being there, because you're publicly supporting your stepfather who's done far worse. So what makes you think you can wave that flag? Let's keep the conversation real here. Do you understand? It's not about coming for people. It's about looking at people for what their actions are, how dire and disgusting the consequences are for what they're doing to these acts of injustice that are being prevented because you're coming out with these dumb strategies. All of you looking at Instagram analytics. This is why his dumb son went on Instagram to be controlling it and showing all the good moments of his life. It's desperation. It's dumb. We can all read between the lines. It's not working. You're still stuck behind the MDC. His children can't do anything about it. Diddy's net worth is failing. It's crumbling massively. In the next 5 to 10 years, his net worth is going to be halved or even a quarter of that, which means that his children are definitely going to be going broke as well, because nobody tuned in to watch their dumb reality TV show or whatever the hell that they were trying to do. It looks like they're all panicking behind the Diddy camp. They don't understand what's going on. And this is one of the most intriguing videos of the Diddy saga as of yet, in my opinion, because it goes to show you that the hunch that I had, the disdain that I had for his children, and they were just pissing me off for so much, all of them, is validated. This is what they've all been doing. They've been working together, and prosecution have confirmed this. Jail calls where they've had plans to strategize and do stuff. How in the hell is Diddy even looking at Instagram analytics at the MDC jail? I would really like to know. Somebody in there from one of the men who's falling in love with him, making his beds, probably giving his phone, he logged into stuff and he saw things going on. But all of this simply did not make any sense at all. It's game over. It's a wrap. This within itself is huge, because the judge is definitely, in my opinion now, not going to grant this guy the 4th attempt for his bail package, because he wasn't granted bail from 1st, 2nd, 3rd because he was accused of intimidating witnesses anyways. So for the fact that it's now been proven from phone calls that you are trying to intimidate witnesses through your children, through phone calls, whilst you're still at the MDC, you're being accused of doing the same stuff that you are being prevented from being bailed, means that you're definitely not going to be getting out for the 4th time at all. Dumb as rocks. Do you understand? All of them are dumb as rocks. The children, all of them are dumb. And I'm so sorry. Just because you're a minor as a child does not mean that you should not be held accountable for the fact that you are obstructing justice by the stuff that you are doing. They know what they're doing. Just because they're minor, just because they're under 18, does not mean that people who are under 18 should not be held accountable for the fact that they are obstructing justice in this moment of time. But the fact that they are all in this together, strategizing, making plans, and listening to Diddy and saying, yes, let's go find these alleged witnesses. Let's go intimidate them. Let's go change their public statements. Let's make them make public statements, and etc. Lord have mercy. Am I surprised? There's actually even more to this as well. I need to read through all of this because apparently there's a lot more, and this video is already 15 minutes long, so let me come out with another video to really explain this, because there's a lot more to this than I even expected, but it's definitely speaking volumes. Do subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to this madness. It's a bit of a longer video than my usual 8 to 10. I do apologize. I know I get things out to you guys quickly, but I just ended up going on a tangent. Subscribe if you guys want to. Send a super thanks if you guys wish to. There's a $sign there. You can send whatever you want. It's just one click. Comment down below and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.